Okay. Whew. Whew. Last time we hey Darth. Last time we did a bit more of settling things. We fought a giant snake. I got scared of evil Santa Claus. And then we found out that someone is stealing shit from. Someone is planting more incriminating evidence on a buddy of ours over in Hiddleshire whilst they were trying to set stuff up. Which is no good. And then Alfie had an idea of, hey, why don't we make an army of our own? So that we don't actually need to do as much. And then went and talked to everybody, all the leaders, which we did. Well, he did, whilst we went on a recruitment spree. And now let's go meet the army. How are you doing, Darth? Anyway. Exactly, Darth. He also brings down lightning bolts. Oh, you're wearing Cortez, preparing an inaugural ceremony we're all but completed. Although Tataro does seem somewhat flustered. I've taken enough of your time. Why don't you go head into the Rising Stone and see if your fantastic receptionist could do with a hand? Aye. Oh, good, he's... Never mind, he is still drinking. Your bells was horrible. Boulder was more stirring than 100 lines of my most passionate poetry. Never mind, he's still talking about when we fought the other new Scion. Who's over there. And I felt terrible about. How are you doing, Tataru? These parchments need to be sorted in these documents. Why are they even here? Oh, I am sorry to have found a lot in my waste paper basket. Ah, Relena! You startled me. You wish to lend a hand? Splendid. Hold on. Anyway. Would you be a dear and hand these uniforms to the new recruits? They are scattered about Reverend Stowe and I haven't had time to track them all down. These recruits know to don their garb immediately and assemble here in the Rising Stones. You want to report directly back to Alpha Node if you don't wish to miss the ceremony. I wonder if the Science will ever have matching uniforms. A well-funded organization is a well-dressed organization, I suppose. Well, sure stalls people. Are we sure she isn't banning difference? I mean, she might be. We're just seeing it from her perspective, is all. Your uniform. Those that believe in this company will see no riches or short-sighted fools. The giving of once is tis an investment in the future. Thus did I sign my name to the cause. Ultramarine! These uniforms were a splendid idea. Once our organization has made a name for itself, these shall be a wealth of plenty in selling replica costumes to the adoring masses. Careful now there. Ignore the party. Isildur has at least retired from venturing life. Though I shall miss his wisdom and irrespectable spirit, I am excited to forge my own path forward. Yes, Darth. Ultramarine. Ultramarine uniform. You already came back in one of you first. You must have made another. Ah, yes. The uniform. Thank you. Truth be told, the thought of pledging myself to such a lofty organization is somewhat intimidating. This guards marks me as a proud member of the Maelstrom and a hearty defender of Limsa. Yet in truth, I stand for the betterment of the realm, and though this new company a fine opportunity to contribute on a grander scale. Oh ho, now that's a striking shade of blue. Put aside my Maelstrom uniform, my wardrobe will certainly not lack for colour. Darth, you research Warhammer lore. You will naturally have opinions on the Smurfs. I nominate the Saiyaman outfit for the Zion uniform. I wish we could do that. I really wish we could use the Great Saiyaman. I don't believe we've met. I am Milbard, and I will have the honour of leading my fellow recruits as captain. Much did I lose to the Calamity. I look forward to aiding others in rebuilding their lives. The uniforms are a shrewd decision. There is no easier method of casting a common bond amongst what is essentially a band of strangers. Not the voice I want to give him, but we'll get there. Well read. Hello, amigo. Can you learn much from Everett's Toll? That this town can be so alive in the midst of such desolation. I've never worn aught quite so voluminous. Well, I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to the extra cloth in time. Well, yeah, they're the default. They're the champion fighter of Space Marines. Relina, West Knight? Gosh, I did not expect to meet you strolling about town. The tales of your primal battles were what inspired me to come to Revenant's Toll. Tis an honour to receive this uniform from your hands. I shall wear it with pride. I didn't say it was a bad thing to be the default. Hello there, lass. Looking for me, were you? I was just giving it a whistle, but I'm not sure as I'd hear amongst all this bustle. Oh, proper uniforms. Blah, 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 blah. I thought it best to mimic my fellows here, but I admit I had no idea what we're supposed to be doing. Keeping a lookout. Oh, on your uniforms. I read of my introduction of the Woodwallers. Hold on. Alright. Anyway. Alfie! What shade of blue is that? Dragoon blue? Yeah, it's Dragoon blue. Okay. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. But no, it's fine. It's fine not to like the Ultramarine Starth. Believe me. I typically go for the Blood Angels or well, actually, I like both Angels, all Blood and Dark. And I also like Lord. I'm blanking on their name. The Raven Guard. Also, I was wondering if it was especially showcase. Oh, that's good to know, Darth. I have not got it yet. Yes, Relina. As Tataru mentioned, we were holding out the new uniforms. I assume you have now met with the rest of the recruits? Some few answered the calls to arms I put forth through the established grand companies and such. We are not yet an army, but there is much a small corps of elite warriors can achieve. Did I mention I thought of a name for the company? It is my hope that it shall soon be known across the breadth of Eorzea. The moment draws near, Valina. Once the last of the recruits have gathered, I shall make the official announcement.
Please, antecedent. The title is honorary. I shall not be leading the troops into battle, as it were. We are of the same purpose. Let us join hands and do what must be done to save this land.
The Scions stand ready.
That's why I stopped talking. He was actually speaking. And Darth, I don't think I have, actually. I'm pretty blind about what's in this one.
I'm eager to see what the Crystal Braves might accomplish. This shall prove an interesting time indeed for the Scions. Yes, I'm listening. So our worst fears are confirmed. The entire Isle. Such power defies comprehension. Truly? Kryl is alive? Thank the 12. I see. Pray, inform me if her condition changes. Yes, I shall pass on your words to Urianger. My thanks. I shall contact you anon. When I learned of the loss of the Isle of Val, I dared not hope that my friend had survived. Yet, by some miracle, it would seem she has. She's still to regain consciousness, it is true, but better that than death. Putting this happy news to one side, we must now endeavor to make sense of the readings taken by the survey party. It appears the etheric disturbance which accompanied the Isle's destruction is of a magnitude alarmingly close to that of Ultima. Could the Ascians be responsible for this devastation as well? I wonder, have you heard aught from the Mother Crystal since the battle with the Garleans? Then she speaks to neither one of us. Heidelin silence portends naught but ill, I fear. Louisoix, I pray you yet watch over us.
Showcase mode, second to last match is against Super Cena and oh! Oh, that's brilliant. Very good. See that the provisions are prepared for transport. Let's hope that this shipment is spared the fate of the last. Blah, 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 blah. The winds are uncommonly fierce this day. Oh, I'm sure that's okay. We were that close? Really? I really should have just finished it last time. Huh. Do I go on to part 6 or start doing job quests? What does the chat want? Chat, do you want me to just keep going with the main plot, or do you want to see class stuff? Because we got that to do. I kind of want to save Red Mage for when we get to class stuff, Saffron? Okay. In that case... take me home. Conjuring is an arcane art which evolved from man's communion with the elements, and preserving its ways and implementing its secrets is the dominion of the Conjurer's Guilds. During your training under Brother Sumiyun, you will encounter a strong-willed young conjurer in training, with whom you will learn what it truly means to be one with nature. Effectively. I don't need the map. What's this? Blade jerking of aiming. Okay. Ah! Glad you like it! To quote Bill Shatner in one of the old WoW commercials, Tachi becoming a conduit to an ancient force of nature. I went the wrong way entirely, didn't? Nope, I'm here. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. This is so dumb. I have to take my job zone off to do it. Is your mind me up? Are you ready to join the Conjurer's Guild? That as well. I shall introduce you to our guildmaster, Brother Sumiyan. Brother Sumiyan presides over the Conjurer's Guild, even as he serves the brother nation as a healer. You'll find him in a meditation area within. Go to him and make known your desire to join the guild. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to become a conjurer, still gain fame. I'm Brother Isuniyan, Master of the Guild. Before you are formally accepted into our ranks, I would report to you the principles of conjuring. Pray tend to be well. Conjuring is an arcane art that takes life and the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the salving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself often stand upon the front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are likely to find yourself in many situations where a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there is more to conjuring than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. And In terms of sheer destructive power, Conjuring it may pale in comparison to Thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for this relatively shortcoming. In mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you'll also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simple healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize the full potential may when they employ their powers in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. Mayhap that was too much to grasp upon a single hearing. But also not, for the meaning of my words will become clear to you in due time. Aye, you'll come to understand that country is not the sole province of the conjurer. Should you wish to walk our path, I must ask you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the wills of the elementals and the 12s with alike. Can you make this vow? Yes! I knew your answer ere your lips had parted, yet I am no less pleased to hear it. By the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. And so to work. Listen well. Now, for I would assign you when your first task as a conjurer is still being paid. Just before the second gate, you will encounter squirrels, ladybugs, and fungars. I would have you slay three of each. Least you wonder how I could so coolly order the taking of life. Know that things are not as they once were. As a consequence of the calamity, and I may add, though no fault of their own, these creatures have become a burden to the 12wood. A burden it will not bear. Oh, it cannot bear. As a conjurer, it is your duty to carry out the will of the forest, and employ your powers in doing so, you'll come to learn something of your art. Go there, Relina, and perform your first task in the name of the elementals. Man, I forgot we start off just go kill some squirrels. Okay, it also removed my, Oh, that makes sense. Those are the stuff I get from being a white mage, after all. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. That said, we are probably going to obliterate this fairly quickly. So this guild is run by Daria's father. They made it illegal to shoot squirrels? What kind of town is this? I can't drown them beneath her? Damn it! Yeah. A little bit. You'll see. That's Black Coyote. That's Major Hawkeye's dog. Oh, yeah. Because of where I am in the plot, I don't actually have that many jobs going alongside it. So normally what you're doing when you're doing the main story quest is you're doing that and the class jobs at the same time. So some rocks at you. Rocks at you. I don't even have my AoEs. Anyway, we're done now. Each class also has its own storyline up until Shadowbringers. At which point the storylines diverge more into role quests. So all healers share a storyline, all DPS share a storyline, all tanks share a storyline. I know, physical DPS have the same storyline, and magical DPS has the same storyline. Yes! That's what we're doing right now! The beginning of it. And the characters that we'll meet in this can also pop up in the main story as well. Like, okay, I joked, I was laughing about it, but you see how before I started, it made me take off my jobstone. There's a reason why, and well, for at least especially for White Mage, why. Oh no, they each class has its own storyline along with the quests. The questless stories are the Okay, I can't see any right now, but normally when I'm about, you might see little yellow exclamation points above their heads. A lot of those are the quests that don't have storylines attached to them. Welcome back, Relina. The elementals have told me of your success. By placing yourself in the midst of nature and seeing it with the conjurer's eyes, you have taken your first steps along the path to enlightenment. Healing, protection, and destruction. Though our spells may vary in function, they all derive their power from the same source. The force embodied in all creation. By gaining a true understanding of these, a conjurer may call upon them to manipulate this environment, thereby realizing the state of being that he desires. Ah yes, yours is a familiar look. The very picture of confusion. Be not disheartened, for comprehension shall come in due time. For now, you must learn to reach out to the forces embodied in each of us. Pray receive of me this hunting log. Within you will find the names of such creatures as which pose a suitable challenge to a conjurer. There is no single path to mastering conjuring. Yet, should you find yourself needing direction, know that the log is there to guide you. Breathe deep and open your eyes to that which cannot be seen. Feel the mire of life around you, and draw upon this boundless reservoir of energy. Take up your cane and use it to lend that energy. Go forth, my young conjurer, and be at one with the world. Return to me when you have learned to draw upon the force around you, with the selfsame ease you draw upon those within. Yeah! The force is an apt comparison there, Darth. It is good to see you again, Relina. By the air of serenity that surrounds you, it is plain that you have learned to draw upon the energy of creation. I'm glad it is the wellspring of all power. Yet the energy of creation is not one thing, but many, and to call upon all without first knowledge, each is contrary as most basic. As a part of your continuing education, it is my desire that you now learn about the element of earth. Make your way to the blessed bud in the North Shroud, and there partake of the healer Null and El's wisdom. The depth of his affinity for the elementals of rock and soil is all but unique among conjurers, and he has a gift of structure besides. You may be certain of receiving a most enlightening lessoning of the subject of Earth. You seek Hill and Olina, then you seek no more, for you have found him. What can I do for you, friend? So, brother, Sumiyan bid you come to me to learn of the elemental earth. That is well. The power of earth is the solid foundation upon which a conjurer stands. I could happily lecture you for days on its intricate variations and properties. I rather suspect the busy life of an adventurer would not afford the time required for such an extended discourse. Accordingly, I shall offer you an opportunity to experience the qualities of Earth firsthand, in combat. Now mark me well, Relina, and do exactly as I command. These of heroes in the grounds of tree-spec stables, which is a patch of soil that bears its remark of corruption. Seek it out. When you have found a place, reach out to the focus of their trauma and attempt to commune with it, as all conjurers can. Resentful of your intrusion, the tainted being that feeds unseen upon the energies seeping from the wounded earth shall then appear. Using the power of conjuring, strike it down, and permit the land the chance to heal. No, we don't have that much. Let's just put you down a wee bit. I trust you will return to me a wiser woman than she who now departs. No, and I. What level are you? 20? 22? I'm 89. I could teach you. Anyway, here's some tainted earth. There was some tainted earth. Welcome back, Relina. The elementals whisper your accomplishments. How did it feel to confront the embodiment of Earth? To endure its onslaught? Has the crushing power of Earth elemental shaken the very marrow of your bones? Corruption occurs when the land's wounds are prevented from healing. In vanquishing the tainted sprite, you have permitted the Earth's energies to flow unimpeded, and to nourish land once more. Can you not sense the strength of the Earth returning? Already the land begins to heal. Thanks to your actions, that field will once again bear bountiful crops. When next you have reason to call upon your art, look back upon this task, and that which you accomplished. Experience once more the grinding weight of the Earth's fury, and revel in the memory of life flowing in you. Through the land you have helped restore, with such thoughts shall your understanding of nature continue to grow. I hope you are paying attention, Selfie. See, this adventure here really came all the way from Stalgrant Fane just to hear my lesson. You would do well to learn from her example, if you wish to continue a conjurer's Worthy of the name, you must make an effort to study nature. Do you understand, young lady? Why should I bother studying nature? I can conjure already. See? You have a rare gift, Sylphie. A wonderful gift. Yet there's more to be a conjurer than. But I don't want to do more. I want to heal. I'm good at healing. You can't make me do those other things. Sometimes I wonder why I even try. Sylphie joined the guild shortly before you came to us. As you understand, just the experience, she possesses a prodigious talent for healing. Indeed, despite her tender years, I know a few conjurers who are equal in that field. Alas, nature, the very wellspring of her power, holds no interest for the child. When she should by rights be learning about the land, she prefers to instead wander it, healing people on a whim. You, in contrast, have a most attentive student. I've taught you all I know of the element of earth. You may report back to Brother Izumai and tell him as much. Where's Relina? I'm sure being heroic. Die, squirrel, die! Hey, CJ. It's amusing you say that, CJ, because I did start this game as a white mage. And it was effective in my main class for most of the game. I still consider Relina's main. But help you. No one messes with the white mage. Exactly, Ori. Hoppity. Ah, Relina, you have returned. But tell me, how did you fare under Noel's expert tutelage? Have you delved into the earth and felt the suffering weight? Is life-sustaining vigor? Such experience will serve you well. And have you aught else to report? A fledgling conjurer named Sylphie cast healing magic upon you. How kind of her. I must confess to sharing Nolan L's frustration with the girl. As you have witnessed, Sylphie possesses a natural talent for the conjuring of mending and restoration. Alas, her gifts appear to have blinded her to the need for study, and she outright refuses to learn about the natural world. She knows nothing of the elements of earth and wind, and is quite incapable of conjuring even the tiniest pebble or the faintest breeze. I've tried upon numerous occasions to explain to her that conjurers who are ignorant of the source of their power put the risk on themselves and others, but to no avail. Should she continue to deny the doubt she owes to nature, and indulge in the ever reckless displays of power, there's ever the possibility that she will create a dangerous imbalance. Needless to say, I'm presently at a loss to know how such an eventuality might be prevented. A thought occurs to me, Relina. It may be that your encounter with Sylphie was ordained by the elementals. Should you chance to meet with her again, I ask that you strive to impress upon her the importance of opening oneself to nature's voice. Perhaps she will listen to you. When we have discussed our wayward young friend's education enough, let us speak instead of one of more willing pupils. Namely, you. The progress you have made does you a great credit, Felina. Though you have yet to master the art of conjury, you are no stranger to it. Considering all that you have learned, I hope you are to understand the significance of these words. Greetings, Felina. Each time we meet, part of the conjurer befits you better. In your previous lesson, you learned about the elemental of earth. It's my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Full Flower Combe in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of the healer Lulfii. Those scant few years have passed since her coming of age. Lulfii is a conjurer of consummate skill, who is able to divine the will of the elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for you in the lessons on the mystery of wind. God, if this wasn't Nickelodeon, they'd be doing adverts with a lot of fart jokes. What is Nickelodeon, friend? I think you mean SpongeBob channel. You must be Relina. Brother Yasumi sent word to expect you. I shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the powers of gusts and gales. How to proceed. Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of healer. And well, you're my first student. Ah yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweetborn Pier, there's a small spring given to rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm, which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder the connection to my request and the subject of your study. I sympathize, Relina, but trust me, inexperienced though I may be, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. So this is the White Mage, through the White Mage Guild I actually got my unicorn. Well, the Conjurer Guild, in that case. Yep. That was a swarm of bees. When I come back, I take it the bees are no more? Tell me, did you happen to notice the Viking prepared flowers in the vicinity in the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange then, is it not, that the bees chose to congregate there? And what has caused this aberrant behaviour? Still your mind to reach it with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along its wake. Something's playing havoc with the air currents, so the disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweetburn Pier and search for the pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjury to disperse it. Yeah, these quests are typically short. The story does become more involved the deeper in we get. This is baby learning how to play Final Fantasy 14 territory. Yeah, sure, why not? Try to get through these as quickly as we can, after all. And we're done. Well done. The wind no longer keens his frustration. Let's return to the full flower. Yeah. I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated. It is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Relina, what did you learn as you struggle with the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed that the wind does not strike with this instance crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. Those are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction. No land is stranger to its power. When you stand under dark, distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your cheek, remember the lesson you've learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latent mental disturbance manifests itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know of what I would have taught you had it not. Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it's true that calamity wrought such harm upon the Twelvewood, I suspect some other forces is at work. I bid you remain wary, Relina. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I suggest that you return your time with me to an end, return to Stelgrid Fane, and inform Brother Isumai of your newfound mastery. Oh, I'll be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. Casual Geography actually released a vid today on drunken animals. Apparently, if bees they do. They so in some hive cases they outright take the legs off them. Bees will suffer nothing that could be a threat to the hive, including its own members. You know, I'm curious, CJ. Do you play FF14? Ah, that's fair. That is very fair. Welcome back, Relina. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of 2 elements, you are well on your way to becoming along the path of conjuring. The full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fulfillment of time. Be patient, as you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you. They made you study wind? Why bother? You don't need wind to heal things. Why? However, these dreary lessons tell you. Conjuring is inextricably bound with the nature, Sylphie. That dreary lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand. If you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge. I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I'll learn conjuring the same way she did, and become just as great conjurer. You'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Izumi. I wanted to tell you that I discovered how to cast rays. Ha! What are you thinking, girl? You know what you do, what you risk. Your meddling of forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of the name conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. But that... Sylphie, my dear child, that's precisely the point. My apologies, Relina. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you just heard, Sylvie's mother was also a conjurer who was able to use any spell outside the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylvie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare, wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjuring. But by all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylvie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I am only glad that those failings have not hindered you. Whether it be with my help or in spite of it, I believe that you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art. As indeed I hope you shall. Yeah, however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. Before you depart, I will speak with you another one further matter. Thus far, you have completed 3 tasks to my satisfaction. I officially recognize your efforts by granting you leave to join the other guilds. Gridania is home to guilds representing lancers, archers, leatherworkers, carpenters, and botanists. Should any of these paths appeal to you, you are free to seek membership at the associated establishments. I but ask that you bear one thing in mind. While man is given to curiosity and want to explore new paths, Oysterfoot blah. Naturally, it would please me most if you placed conjuring above other pursuits. Regardless of the path you choose, however, I have every confidence that your deeds will be to the honor of all concerned. Go now, Relina, and seek your destiny. Ever shall the earth meet your footfalls, and the wind guide your path. There is also kind of a plot line to the crafting and gathering career paths, but not as much as the main class jobs. It's good to see you again, Relina. By the aura you exude, it is plain that you have grown further as a conjurer. The time has come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of our art. Water. For the first part of your lesson, you are to take this flask of pristine water and pour it in the foot of the hedge tree found near the half-thrown hut. The water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. dispatch this being, and then speak with Brother Joachim at the Hawthorne Hut. As you may expect, he is a conjurer of the fire near the murmurings of the broken stream, as well as his advice if you would listen to the master of the elemental water. I know, Darth. Raze does say resurrect target. Wait, what am I doing? Take me there. I have no idea. Greetings, Relina. Brother Isum informed me of your coming. I seem it was you who purified the befouled water at the hedge tree. The joyous bubblings of the elementals were pleased to hear. On behalf of the both of them and myself, I thank you. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Isuma sent you here to learn. I trust you do not find it strange to be asked to be tend to a tree with your when your lesson this day concerns the elemental of water. One need not have studied botany to realize the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential in carrying nutrients in the earth from the tree's roots all the way to the very tips of its leaves. This precious liquid is the lifeblood of the 12-foot. Without it, not what would grow. But should it rise in too great a volume and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave and washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all nature is in balance. As contrary derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt this state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodied in this creation, this fruitful stalemate of the elements. Brother Jokin, what are you about? I am here, sir. What has transpired? I hear a young atoll of stags has gone berserk. I don't know what I got him so panicked. But there's no calming him down now. Yes, a hero of antelopes. The mad beast gored it, and soldier sent to spear him away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a pale of wounded over a jostling spire, and not enough of hers hands to stand the bleeding. We need a healer and fast. Curious. I sense nothing amiss in the wither springs of the elementals. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Ah, apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt we will get to with suffice. We must divide our force. Relina, travel straight to Jocelyn's Spire and send to the wounded. I shall endeavour to rally further healers and follow you with bearing what restorative urgence I can. You, sir, head to Still Great Fane and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. It was me, Jokin. She's not doing well, is she? Oh, right, yeah, I need to save people. Where the bleeding hell are you? Oh. Who are... A conjurer, say? Praise Nothica. You've come now a moment too soon. Sounds like yet more wounded have just been carried in. Pray over them whatever aid you can. Oh. I can breathe again. Thank you. These folks are out of danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stags outrageous, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help them to put an end to this. Seek them just off the road and lead to the northwest, east. And do not worry, my urge should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go! Hey, Selfie. The conjurer from the guild. Well, tell Brother Isoma if you want. I don't care. I'm not going to stand by and watch these people bleed to death. Conjurer, your aid! Meanwhile, she's still standing there. What? Miss? I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me that we were not too late. Sophie, what have you done? I forbid you from using such methods. Guildmaster! I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. My mother did nothing, never did anything wrong. Relena, may I ask you for a follow her, please? I fear her presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is that what Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her. Losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think... Please, I need to be alone. Alpha, no, take off the horns and not make up. I know that's you. I mean, really, she has a flying unicorn. She can easily catch up and then trample her. I mean, yeah. I could have done those things. Oh, so Ori, he can't be Alphino. He doesn't have elves ears. See? He has half-elf ears instead. Relena, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylphie? I see. I once taught you that the conjurers harness the power of nature, that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw upon the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite. And now that which I feared has come to pass. Her mother's unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of the healing skills. And Sylvie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus it is not unexpected that she should have reached the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. I will be that I have need of your assistance in the near future, Relena. Do not doubt your abilities. You are conjurers past the trials of earth, wind, and water. You shall go closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you have learned its role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the impeccable power of the surging waves it swept you along its path. Like earth and wind, and nature at large, the elemental of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed this third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself even more closely to the elements and to nature. Hey guys, we're halfway through the Conjurer plotline. Greetings, Selena. You are radiate the confidence of a conjurer and neglects not her studies of the elements. I confess no lesson for you to learn this day. Instead, I ask that you aid me in the education of another. Yes, I speak of Sylphie. After no small amount of prompting, boarding, and coercion, the child has finally promised to attempt to embrace the forces of nature. But I'm afraid the matter is not so easily resolved. Sylvie has never attempted to learn the basic offensive spells that you and I most saw the conjurers master before first venturing into the wild. As such, she is ill-equipped to undertake this trial, which furnished you and your peers with understanding of the elements. But simply, she is no match for the trained spells of nature. But if a more capable conjurer were to accompany her and purify the corruption in her stead, it may yet serve to impress upon the power of the forces of work. I bet you take her on a pilgrimage around the Tweleswood and give her the opportunity to witness these confrontations firsthand. Earth, wind, and water. She must know them all. Show her the majesty and primal ferocity of nature. As it was with you, let earth be the first lesson. Sylphie awaits you at the Bensford Meadows. Pray forgive my presumption, but I thought it best to send her ahead while her conviction remains strong. Once you have located the patch of corrupted soil at Benchmark, draw forth the tainted spirit and let her witness the struggle that ensues. May the elementals aid you in this endeavour, Relena. Yes! The struggle that's about to happen. It will be a struggle. Much struggling. Wait, Sylvia, how did you pass the test of killing squirrels? They're squirrels. Oh, I wasn't sure you'd come. You are kind to help me. I did nothing but mock you. Well, if you're ready, the corrupted soil's there. I promise I'll be paying attention. Hello. Bye-bye. The struggle was deep and vast. Ah! I wasn't scared. I was just a little startled, that's all. It was just a massive solid rat that erupted from the ground. I've never felt anything like... never mind. We have to head to the barrack next. Let's get this over with. Oh, is it in here? Yep, there it is. But where's Sophie? Oh, there she is. This is a place I'll be watching, so do whatever it is you do. And pop. Gods! The blend blew straight through me. It felt both gentle and sharp at the same time. I Can't explain it. This is something you can conjure? Let's be on our way. The last one is at Lilystone. Let's see, where is Lilystone? Oh, all the way down there. Man, you think with how long I spent in Gridania, I would know where everything is at this point. Bam, bam, ba-dum. Da-da-dum, bam, bam, bam. Alright, there she is. There ain't a horse here. Show me how it's done then. Pop! I like to imagine really just was by twisting back and forth, badgering them with the ends of her cook. Well, I mean, that is the way of seeing it, yeah. This lake is so beautiful. I never noticed how clear the sky is reflecting its surface. I never noticed. Let's head back. I'm ready to speak with the guildmaster now. I mean, with just how quickly I'm dispatching them, I might as well just be whipping them. Isn't Soren like anime MC? I have no idea what they're talking about. Hello, does anyone want to join our welcome party? Our swap friend will arrive in EW for the first time at Old Charlian 12.1, 14.1. It would be awesome if you could join us. I can't. I'm not at Old Charlian yet. Oh, this ain't the right way. I went past it. And a hop. And a skip and a jump. Roleplay walk. Welcome back, my avid conjurers. How have you fared your encounters with the elements? Sylphie, what did you sense as Rolena's cleanse the sources of corruption? Oh shit. And I felt their happiness wash over me. The world seemed sharper, more alive. It was almost as if nature was speaking to me. But why, Brother Isumai? Why did my mother teach me to avoid this side of the conjury? What was she so afraid of? There are certain truths that hide behind the mask of our words. And there is much that your mother didn't tell you. But you needn't seek all the answers at once, Sylphie. Even now, your mother's found there's amid a sudden intuition of awareness. The first time we connected with nature can be wonderful, but disorientating experience. I suggest you allow yourself some time to adjust to this new perspective. Yes, Guildmaster. You have my gratitude, Rolina. Thank you. Thanks to you, Sylphie has taken the most important step. You heard her mention voices crying out in joy, did you not? It appears the mother's gift has been passed onto the daughter. Such sensitivity is not something one can achieve through the meditation and training, but a blessing that only a few fortunate chosen receive. As you have no doubt surmised, Sylvie's mother was one such person. The misunderstanding of that blessing, however, was what led her down such a tragic path. We cannot allow Sylvie's astonishing talents to consume her in the same manner. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. The girl's only barely begun to awaken to her potential. And for that potential to be fully realized, your support is yet needed. I suspect you failed to mention the promise of your involvement in the lesson was a reason for a change of heart. You underestimate the impression that your quaint determination has made on young Sylvie. It modestly prevents you from acknowledging your own good deed. Consider this task a part of your training. For conjurers are healers of wounds, be they physical or otherwise. Walk with her on her journey, Lena, and together explore the myriad mysteries of nature. That's right, we are counselors. Counseling Druid Jedi. Welcome, Relena. The tales of your deeds reach me even here in the cloister's heart of still great fame. Glad I am that you have come far, though I would ask your assistance in a matter of some delicacy. There concerns... Yes, young Sylvie once again. As you have no doubt imagined, the recent revelations concerning her mother have sorely tempted the troubled the poor child. It appears Sylvie needed some time alone to sort through the whirlwind of emotion which now besets her. She has, in short, fled from the guild. Fortunately, a party of conjurers who were dispatched to the South Shroud to investigate another instance of corruption sent word that they have spotted our wayward Sylvie. Considering the importance of their mission, I would not seek to distract the conjurers from their task. Thus, I turn to you to escort Sylvie back here to the guild. You are, I believe, one of the few people to whom she will listen. Pray travel to Busker and Druthers and speak with Wolfie. She was a conjurer who first chanced upon Sylvie, and will be able to tell you more of how the young last lady fares. I generally love they put the effort into this little story. Like the smaller story is even better than the full main ones of some games. Yeah, it's really nicely done. Oh. Bum ba dum ba da dum ba ba dum. Well, we meet again, Relena. I assume Brother Izumi warned you of the corruption of my companions, and I have tasked with purifying here in the South Shroud. The source of extensive blight is found to the southeast. The shrill discordant voices of the elementals shriek the dismay in the vicinity of Wither Trent. I suggest give the area a wide berth. Considering the potential dangers, you might imagine how alarmed I was when I discovered young Sylvie wandered along this path with Twellswood. It seems that her mother of women who healed with Contrary but remained untrained by the guild, called this region her home. Sophie herself has her head buried in some manner of tomb, but she has the sense of the elemental's murmurings, as I am led to believe. Then the din within her mind must be driving her to distraction. Pray seek out the child and see that she is well. I would do this so myself if our current duty were not so pressing. We will, in fact, be setting out at any moment. Well, that didn't take long. Relina, I should have known that Wolfie would tattle on me. And Brother Isumi sent you to take me back, didn't he? This is where my mother used to live, you know. Right up until she passed on. Folk were grateful for the healing that she offered. And this is the journal she used to keep. There's an entry that explains how nature becomes furious when conjurers use their art. How there are always more people wounded in battles when mortals abuse the power that is not theirs to take. Well, the mother refused to draw on nature because she was scared of making it angry. She wouldn't lie about such things, and I want to do what she would have wanted. I'm going to stop using this conjury altogether. Ugh. I've never heard the voices this mad before. Bet it's because of Wolfie and the others are overusing their art. We have to go and stop them. Yeah. Some of my favorite storylines we'll be getting to after we've done Heavensward. But for now, I just want to keep the classes to Realm Reborn era. God, it's so loud. Can't you hear it? Nature is shrieking in rage. Oh! What we had there was a brief glimpse of an elemental. I can't believe nature actually helped us. There's nothing scary about it at all. Oh hey, it's the three teachers! I might still wonder if it was really safe for conjurers to borrow that power if they had seen it the way you wielded it. Like it seemed more natural. I think it's time I went back to the guild. There are a few things I need to collect first, so please go on ahead without me. Never has the earth so confounded me. I must apologize. You possess such an affinity for the elements. That was most impressive. Thank you for your timely assistance. With the origin of the corruption now neutralized, we should be able to cleanse whatever traces remains. What am I doing? Teleport. If there was a very brief shot of it because I did the duty so quickly, but there was like a green fairy to the side. That's one of the elementals. They used to be able to kill people just by instantly. But after the that was back in 1.0. But the calamity that when Bahamut destroyed so much of the place, Sora put them mostly into like a deep sleep. They're about they can still do mass damage if they are provoked to, but for the most part they just want to be left alone. Oh, ain't you posing? So, not a giant rock giant, or... No, not like that. You really rarely get to see them in the game anymore. Welcome back, Relina. And you also, Sophie. Brother Sumi, I'm sorry I ran away like that. I understand, child. Did you find the answers you sought? Yes, thanks to Relina. She showed me that nature was nothing to be afraid of. I think I know why my mother refused to call upon this power. She believed the act caused suffering to nature itself. I see. So it was very love for nature that prevented from drawing on its strength. Tell me, Sophie, has the fog and decision now lifted from your mind? It has, Guildmaster. I understand now why my mother chose the path she did. Full glad I am to hear it, that. For I must not ask for one of your... Yes, Brother Sisumi? When you witnessed, Relina, how cleanse a corrupted element, you mentioned hearing voices. How exactly did they sound? The voices? Well, they sounded joyful. Like a crowd laying off a sun's sheer. I heard them, really. I'm sure glad you did, Sophie. This is a gift. Conjurers may sense the power of nature and borrow from its strength, but not all can hear its whispers. When you described the voice of the elementals, you may very well possess the talent to become a hearer. A hearer? Of course, much relies upon your studies of conjuring. You have a natural aptitude, but thus far lack commitment. You must not neglect your training, Sophie. Putting aside such matters for a moment, I'm curious to hear about the disturbance you observed in the South Shroud, Relina. I assume from the report I have received that I was of a different magnitude to those which you have previously encountered. Am I correct? This bodes ill. The creatures known as mud pies are not native to the Twelvewood. I wonder what relation this may have to the seemingly ever-increasing frequency of these disturbances. Something beyond the damage wrought by the calamity afflicts the Twelvewood. I shall commune with the elementals and seek to identify this threat. Relina, Sophie, I may have need of you both before long. Until then, give yourselves over to the study of our art. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Okay. There's only one of these left. I'm gonna be right back and get myself a drink real quick. So, Relina shall dance the dance of our people. Okay. You're down straight, she's a maniac, Ori. And what? Some Tom dance! Ah, Marlena, your presence here is most welcome. I have another task of which your mature skills are well suited. Attend me closely. Expensive wounds that ooze corruption have formed throughout the forest. After examining the traces of the size of the serpents you previously cleansed, I can conclude this phenomenon as the work of a malign agent. It must be found swiftly, lest the corruption spread. I would have you assist the investigation. Guildmaster, you must let me help. Sophie? Since I got back from the South Shroud, I've spent all my time studying the forces of nature. I've even sat through one of Healer Nolanel's lectures. The 12s were just crying out in pain. My skills are still a bit lacking in some areas, but I want to do what I can for the forest. Lacking? Sophie, have yet to master a single offensive spell. Without the means to defend yourself, it would be too dangerous to send you off into the forest alone. So am I to stay here then? Not necessarily. Relena, with your consent, I would have Sophie accompany you once more. I do not propose this arrangement solely with her safety in mind. Given the nature of the investigation, it is like that Sophie's innate talent for hearing will provide as useful to you as your conjuring will to her. There is much you might accomplish together. Sophie, you are not to approach any sources of corruption without Relena at your side. Do I make myself clear? And should you chance to encounter the origin of these disturbances, do not initiate a confrontation. Too often you have allowed your curiosity to overwhelm your good sense. Now go, and may the elementals watch over you. Yes, Guildmaster. Sophie tells me we should start Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Meet me there as soon as you can, Relena. And hurry. The corruption is spreading. And I can see that, Darth. It might be something that ends up happening in, whatever comes after Endwalker. I have no idea yet. Haven't even done Endwalker. Too far, Sammy. We're going to Quarry Mill. That said, imagining Sophie as Randy Orton is kind of hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. What cool is that? Oh, it's the Rebel Code. Okay. Alright, where the hell am I going? Over here. Okay. There's the bard, teacher. We're not doing bard right now, though. There's the thing in Sawyer here. Please do what you can. How do you follow Endwalker? Endrunner? The Psycho Orton of... This was brilliant, really. That was brilliant, Relena. That was only the start. The forest still groans in pain. I can hear it. I think it's coming from the north. No, The northeast. Let's go and have a look. Either Orton actually would be kind of funny for this character. More corrupted soil. Over to you. Yep. Because I'm awesome. And significantly over-leveled. You're doing really well, Lena. I think there's another one. And, well, I call some even more fervently than the last. It's to the east, I think. Yes, to the east. Right here, Lena. Nice work. They heard he feels fat. Yeah. There's an aura disturbance. And it's really big. It's hard to describe, it feels sort of wronger. I think it might be what's causing all of this. I know no Brother Isume said we weren't to confront it, but if we can't just let it corrupt the rest of the forest. And however powerful it is, it can't be any more powerful than you. You're amazing. What I mean to say is, I'm willing to risk a scolding if you are. It's not far from here. Somewhere to the southeast, I think. Shall we at least have a closer look? We are two knots! Alright, right here. I don't think you need to be able to hear the voice of the forest to know it's that. Do you, Relena? The corruption is definitely coming from somewhere around here. That's odd. As soon as we arrived, the sense of wrongness I felt suddenly felt less. Well, it just felt less. It's almost like us holding his breath. Or hiding. Do you see that? Just in that one spot there. The air seems wrong. Ah! Oh, hey, a voidling. Those creatures voice then. I've heard Brother Isume speak of them. Be careful, Lena. You'll be parasite in fear if you meet his gaze. Duty complete! The corruption attacks the worst kind of monsters. Isn't it amazing, Relena? Did the breeze always feel this good? Was the ground always this warm? I'm so glad I finally understand. I just wish I could tell my mother how incredible nature feels. Oh, you're injured. Here. Don't worry. Healing doesn't drain me anymore. No sense I'll ever have to borrow from nature. And I have you to thank for that, Relina. Let's return to the guild. We have to explain everything to Brother Isumi. And home. Well, there you go. Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Sup, Biddy? I just killed the Void Sin. But welcome back, Relina. Sophie. Our mission was a success, Guildmaster. Quite. I take it the two of you conspired to defy my orders. Well, the forest was suffering. We're going to just walk away. It's not Relina's fault. It's mine. It was all my idea. I take full responsibility. Calm yourself, child. You did nothing wrong. I did not foresee. I am not of no mind to lecture you. Indeed, Verdania is indebted to you for your heroic deeds. The corruption born of Akamon has taken root in the calamity-weakened soil. There is no telling how much further it might have spread if you had not defeated the creature. And if I was not mistaken, Sophie, you have succeeded in drawing upon the energies of nature during the battle. How did you? Yes, I did not really know how. Just really sure how it happened. I remember thinking how badly I wanted to help Relina. And then suddenly I felt the power surging through me. That is as it should be. One does not simply choose to borrow from nature's strength. The mind may command only that which his heart permits. In your desperation to help your friend, you opened your heart to nature, and nature responded to your need. Ah, but we must not forget your part in this, Relina. It has occurred to me that your journey with Sophie has brought you still closer to the pinnacle of our art. I believe you are ready for the last of my teachings. Thus it was with great pleasure that I pass on another of our guild's magics. A more potent form of the cure spell is now yours to command. I have no doubt that it will serve you well in your coming endeavours. Wherever you go, nature will go with you, my friend. Ever shall the earth meet your footfall, and the wind guide your path. Yeah, to put it into perspective, Paladin, Marauder, White Mage, Scholar, Summoner, Black Mage, Bard, Dragoon, Monk, Ninja, all have full plot lines like this. Because this isn't the end. This is just the first half. Because they all have mini classes first. Da. Now, the White Mage. Tradition dictates that the Pagel alone may perform the rites of the white magic, a practice that has long and maintained balance within the Twelswood. Yet fate has conspired to bequeath unto you a soul crystal, the legacy of the renowned white mage Atawakant. And so, under the guidance of Rayo Sina, you begin your journey down the path of the white mage. Relate. I am glad you have come. I have a task of most urgent and confidential nature, and I can think of none other to whom I can trust. You are doubtless familiar with the Seed Seers, yes? Kani Isena, Elder Seed Seer, leader of the Order of Twinadder, and guardian of our fair nation, clearly needs no introduction. But know you also of her siblings? The two young Pagels, Sister Rael Sena and Brother A. Ruin Sena, make for Evershade as we speak, where they will perform a ritual of great import. Verily, such import that it would be no overstatement to say that the very fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. As you know, we dwell in the forest by the good graces of the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelswood, and most of the great ones who dwells within the guardian tree. Yet our ceaseless warring and ill treatment of the trees that shelter us have aroused the Great One's ire. And it is only the quieting, the ritual of which I spoke, that I may be placated. Thus did the two Seed Seers he called Evershade, with a nary to guide to accompany them. Therein lies the rub, and the nature of the favour I ask of you. By no means would I question the powers of the Seed Seers, but with the Great One's anger mounting, the Twelswood becomes a threatening domain for even the most pursuant of conjurers. Pray raise an Evershade, and seek no harm befalls the two. Yep. Hey guys, you might recognize this tree that we're going to. Remember way back? This one over here. Curses. How can we hope to make to the guardian tree with these ghastly creatures bursting forth like rampant weeds? If I had known what we were in for, I'd have brought a woodwaller or two. In fact, I dare say we should return and do exactly that. Oh, do not be such a coward, sister. We are Seed Seers. These overgrown vermin are no match for us. Bold words, brother. But were they true words, we would have dispatched our enemies and arrived safe at our destination bells ago. A conjurer, are you? Brother Yasumi, ever the warrior. For once, however, So secluded as well. Blah, blah, blah. Have you no pride, sister? A seer does not beg for the aid of some common adventurer. Enough, brother. We have a duty to perform. A duty that takes precedence over your silly notions of pride. Now enough talk. Let us seek to these pests. Common adventurer. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna shut my common. Put up your common. That crystal. Do my eyes deceive me, or does the adventurer inherit the legacy of Atoa Kant? That was none other than Atoa Kant who had last performed the quieting. No, I do not believe this adventure or rival is a mere coincidence. Bearer of the Soul Crystal, inheritor of the arcane knowledge long since forbidden to those of our kind, not of our kind. I know not why it is you he chose. But your great fortune has led you to this day. Ancient tradition dictates that the quieting be performed by 3 pages. Ah, but I misspoke. The ritual is to be performed by 3 white mages. If Masaru Kant has chosen this adventurer as his successor. You speak madness, sister! Surely you have not forgotten that Panjo tradition strictly forbids sharing the teachings with those not of our kind. The power of white magic is far too great a risk to risk it falling into the wrong hands. And so you would uphold tradition, merely for tradition's sake? Even at the risk of incurring the Great One's wrath and bringing disaster upon our forest home? Have you so little faith in your own ability, sister? We are seed seers, more than capable of slaying beasts on our way and carrying out the ritual on our own. This paid bickering is getting us nowhere. Adventurer, I am sorry to trouble you with our silly sibling squabbles. If you have the time, I will speak with you further. But not here. Come to Camp Tranquil, and come quickly. Time is of the essence. My home away from home. That's in my home. And for once it's not storming. Yay! Thank you for coming, adventurer. Forgive my brother's rudeness. He cannot help that he was born with half a head of stone. Anyways, I do not believe we have been properly introduced. I am Rhea O'Senna, a Pagel, as you can see, and sister of the Elder Seedseer. Yeah! You're Rolina, yes? Brother Isumi has spoken of you, and most highly at that. As you no doubt have heard, my brother Avran and I were en route to the Guardian Tree. There, the great one by whose graces we dwell here resides. The generals and guardians herein have peace and destructive force that knows no bounds when anchored. As the great one goes, so does our fate. The creature you helped us dispatch, doubtless they too were roused to hostility by the great one in his anger. You only need to look around you to see. The forest grows more and more threatened with each passing hour. So it is that we travelled here to quell the great one's fury, to form the quieting. In the days of old, the ritual was without fail performed by 3 white mages, with our elder Seedseer accompanied with her occupied with her many duties. My brother and I thought to attempt it on our own. Arun was quite confident, but I had my doubts. It was then that you arrived, and shortly thereafter became one of the chosen few to be gifted with the White Mage Soul Crystal. 'Tis no small honour that gem marks you as an inheritor of the magics of our ancestors. Hey DG, you're this like Kenneck, I must say protagonist. Then she put it on suspected armor. Yeah! You are not Pagel, but Atoakant meant for you to be here today, to perform the ritual with us. Atoakant is known to all as one of the greatest mages in our history, but even more so, he was known for being something of an eccentric. In defiance of tradition, he bid farewell to his forest home, wandering the realm and healing the wounds of the land, and it is the people whoever he went. A most admirable cause, yes? Alas, Atoa was never to return. He perished in a far-off land, and having taken no apprentices, his legendary powers were lost to us for eternity. Or so I believed it, until I met you. And yet, for all stubbornness, there is some truth to my brother's words. Ancient law forbids us from sharing the teachings of white magic outside of our own kind. There are reasons for this, which I will share with you when the time is right. There are many who would not approve of this arrangement. Still, I am convinced that it is Atoakant's will that we bring you into the fold, and so I welcome you, Rolina of the White. I can feel the Great One's fury welling up even now. Time is short, and yet while you may have been chosen by Atoakant, I fear your journey as a white mage has just begun. Return to me when you have further honed your skills, and we will proceed with your training. So, it is actually on my headcanon that Rolina was going to become a Pagel. She's a Gridanian born, and she would have... And she is all the type that would have become a Pagel. But the Elementals decided that she was needed elsewhere, because Pagels can't leave Gridania. So she remained human. Oh, for the record, Pagel aren't born Pagel. Well, not from Pagel. It's they're born to human parents. But we get more about that way later. Oh, Melina, looking ever more the white mage. Yeah, I put boots on now. And yet, I fear you are as ready to perform the quieties a chocobo chick is to carry a wood whaler clad in full plate. But take heart, for we all must begin somewhere. Today will teach you the art of communing with the elements. This is by any measure the very foundation of our art, the means by which we preserve harmony between the forest and our people. Not far from Sorrel Haven you shall find a tree, a mere sapling in the shadow of a guardian tree, but only that has likewise one that has been likewise been consumed by anger and fear. I would ask you to placate this tree. This process is quite simple. Stand before the tree and raise your arms. Commune with the elementals that reside within and attune yourself to them until your feelings are in absolute harmony. Be forewarned, however. An angry elemental can be as stubborn as my dear brother. Do not be surprised if you find your honest plea rebuffed and foul creatures sent to drive you from the forest. No matter what happens, you must remain calm. Dispatch the creatures, sell your heart, and speak to the tree once more. If your heart is true to your voice will reach the elementals ere long. Remember this, Relena. Under no circumstance must you allow your anger and fear to overcome you. As a practitioner of white magic, the magic of succor and solace, such emotions are anthena to our very existence. Yep, we can't be corrupted to the dark side, people. Oh, let's just fly there. You must not allow yourself to overcome. Palpatine struts into the room. Give in to your aggressive feelings, girl. Give in to your anger. Oh, it's so nice to see all my buttons are back. Helping. We're not there. The chat's not seen that one yet, DG. So be careful there. Yeah, we reached the point just before we got into the last half of patch and started doing a class quest. Just to vary up, you know? And it's a good time to do it. A short while ago, I sensed a great anger abate. The forest is quieter, more welcoming now. It would seem you have passed your first test, Relena. The trees are the elementals. The elementals are the trees. The lush verdure of the wood is inseparable from the spirits that dwell within it. But you do not need to hear this from me. Doubtless you feel it for yourself when you healed that tree. Above all else, the elementals prize harmony. When they sense a threat to harmony, they summon forth all the powers at their disposal to expulse it. For so long as we have lived with the elementals, why now do they turn against us? I can offer no answers, only theories. But one thing is certain. We must quell the Great One's fury, and do it soon, lest Gridania bear the full brunt of the forest's wrath. To soothe the forest wounds and restore harmony, Then it is our duty as the mages of the White, and it is a responsibility that transcends race or nation. I sense you succeed in soothing the ailing tree, and I'm more certain of this than ever. Sadly, many cannot see past established practice and tradition. My dear brother among them. One would hope for a bit more open-mindedness given his youth, but alas, his pride as a pageant will not permit it. For my part, I am not entirely sympathetic to his concerns, and yet the task before us is too great. We must bring him around to see reason, but how? Forgive me, Relina. I would be alone with my thoughts for a while. Worry not, I'll find a way to deal with Al-Ra. Hey guys, I learned how to do regen! You know, they can be using for ages. Relina, I owe you an apology. When last we spoke, I promised that I would find a way to convince my brother to accept you. But I fear that he intently refuses to heed my words. Why, the more I try to reason with him, the more he shuts his ears to me. All pride and no common sense, that one. I can scarce believe we are kin. So intent is he to prove that you are unneeded, that he dashed out into the forest all alone, was that he would placate every last elemental and save the forest all by himself. Needless to say, such a task is far beyond his powers. There is a part of me that would like nothing more than to see the foolish boy learn his lesson. And yet, as a sister, I fear for him. Would you go look after him for Lena? Sincere or no, he is in many ways still a child, and the forest grows ever more unsafe these days. I thought to myself, but if you were to save my brother from his own recklessness, perhaps he might finally see how fatuous he has been. When last I spoke with him, he announced his intention to begin his efforts in the Bramble Patch. With any luck, you may still find him there. Now please go in haste, before some ill fate befalls him. So that's how it works. How did you use regen before you learned it? I just winged it. Everything I've ever been taught is a lie. Alright, where's the Bramble Patch? All the way up there, okay. That I will teleport to. Oh! Come on, I just need one more. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I've not actually done my hunter's log for White Mage, so when I see things that need to be on it, I just take care of it there and then. If it isn't my sister's favourite adventure, come to show me up, have you? Well, you can march right back and tell sister that I'm doing fine. I'm only resting. If I were hurt and unable to placate this tree, what could a run-of-the-mill adventurer like you do about it? Run-of-the-mill, I swear. This is what winning looks like, adventurer. A dino flex on this boy. Pretty much. That's basically what I just did. Beginner's luck. If you think healing a sapling or two is going to convince me that you are worthy heir to the teachings of Master Toa. Alright, you yourself do not believe those words. Sister, what are you doing here? See to the pig-headed brother's safety. What do you think I am doing? For better or worse, it would appear that you only suffer only from a bruise to your leg and your pride. Run for all this dynasty. I know deep down you're no fool. No, you're wise beyond your years. You realize as well as I that dire fate that will befall Gridania if we did not quell the Great One's fury and restore peace to the wood. The adventure is not Pajal, this is true. But what of it? Would you blindly trumpet tradition as the very forest turns against us and brings ruin to our home? We have a greater calling to answer. You know this. I do, sister. I just know he has a cloak for his staff. Ah, my dear Arun. What are sisters for, if not for to forgive the little brother's forfeit? Now, Elena, I believe that the most important task of all still waits us. Let's return to Camp Tranquil. What are you doing here? He says to his sister. His older sister at that. Man, imagine if Kane wasn't involved in this quest somewhat. That run-of-the-mill adventurer is my chosen champion. Relina, thank you. It was only a matter of time before everyone came around to reason. And yet, his hesitance to accept you was not entirely unfounded. When we first met, I promised that one day I would share with you the tale of how white magic came to be as regarded as a forbidden art. Well, I suppose this is as good a day as any for the telling. The tale began some 3 millennia ago, in the 5th astral era. It was the time of the endless frost, when a barren wasteland of snow and rime stretched as far as the eye could see. Food was scarce and warmth scarcer. The histories told many a grim tale of those who died in their beds, starving and benumbed. So did our ancestors discover magic, born out of the most fundamental instinct, survival. In time, the winter thawed, and magic was no longer essential for survival. But once awakened to its convenience, there was no returning to how things once were. Ere long, the people discovered all the myriad ways in which magic could be employed, and civilization flourished. But prosperity breeds contempt and a nation's warred for power and riches. So did the people seek greater and greater power to rain destruction down upon their enemies. So was born black magic, the most devastating form of sorcery the world had seen. At the same time, another form of magic emerged, brought forth by those who would keep this immense destructive power in check. That is white magic. Our magic. Does this surprise you? Just as there could be no dawn without the night, the white and black are but two sides of the same coin. War raged on, and magic was used and abused, with little concern for the consequences. And consequences there were. Unchecked use of magic soon dried the flow of ether, trying to bring light to the land. The magic of healing? It made little difference. If used with no concern for ether or magic, could prove as ruinous to the land as the most devastating black magic spell. And so it was that practicing of white magic was forbidden, with one exception. The Paja. Our kind were entrusted as sole shepherds of the now forbidden art, to serve as healers and bringers of peace, while ensuring that this great power would never again be misused. Though he is so young, our ruin feels this profound sense of responsibility as strongly as any of us. Thus his hesitance to accept you. But having seen your abilities and the sincerity of your intentions, you can rest assured his doubts have been dispelled. With the three of us united in place and purpose, and your skills ever growing, the day that we may perform the quieting draws near. To our fortune, the Great One has not yet been entirely consumed by fury, but our time remains short. To commune with the Great One and restore the Twelveswood to its former state of harmony, we must truly be of one heart, one of mind. It is to this end that Hatoakat has guided you to us. Further your mastery of our art, Helena, and let us mend the wounds of the world wood together. And there you go, that was a history lesson. Here 3, I rarely use ye. Actually, before we... Can I? Here, let me show you the remains of the original city of the White Mages. Just a little breakup. This is Ampador Keep. It's one of the last surviving major mega structures. And it's become home of a cult. After this, I'll show you the actual city itself. The city is, not doing well after 3,000 years. This is also totally not me giving my voice a break. Man, trying like Darth Vader in A New Hope. Yeah. I might as well be. Oh, Mount Low Rise once again. Anyway. You know, it's nice for the cult to be here, though. Relighting the torches after 3,000 years. Well, come on, then. Ba 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 da. Fucking love a size. Bye, please. Yes, it did just kill a wall. What of it? Boot-to-do. Well, that's a game I wouldn't expect Missy to be playing, but okay. Check that VOD out later. Oh, that wall will have neither education nor thoughts controlled. I'm also only mostly doing this because this kinda is relevant for something we'll be doing much later. Well, not much later. After Heaven's Word. Because we'll be going to the what remains of the origin of black magic. Might as well show you people what happened to the light. Also, I can't figure out how to get these quests to reload proper, so I just got the dungeons. Anyway, that was Amtabor Keep. Let me... Or did we do this later? Oh! Where's the lost city? There we are! This is what happened to the city. This is just the other side of that hill that we're talking to the Kane at. Rayo at. It's seen better days. Less fungal days of that. Oh, well, can I actually beat you? Well, let's find out. Oh yeah. He can kill you in in a single shot, regardless of your HP. Ba-da-da-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. Oh, mother didn't like me doing that. Will you fight me already? Oh. Die, please. Hey, what's in here? I'm sure this means nothing. Who dare set foot with them, I defy him. The wretched white mages of Ampator. Yeah, I'm sure nothing bad happened there. Your command of the white magic has advanced so considerably, Relina. Yes, the time draws near. Let us begin our preparations for the quieting. At its roots, the ritual is no different from the acts of pacifying that you have already performed. The difference lies only in the difficulty of the effort. The Great One possesses a power unfathomably more immense than the elements you have communed with thus far. Power so immense that a white mage might be easily overwhelmed by the sheer force of its will. To prevent such a catastrophic failure, our tradition decrees that a special guard must be donned before performing the ritual. I prepared for you these pieces, but I fear they will not avail you in their current state, so as that I should send you on a journey. I trust you know that story of Choa can. Raimund the Pancho, he left the forest behind to travel the realm, healing the land and its people. And as tribute to his wanderlust after he passed, his ashes were divided among the several urns, which were in turn carried to the far reaches of the realm. And it was there, in the distant lands, that the great mage so loved, and his ashes were buried, and monuments erected in his honour. You are to go on a pilgrimage to these sites, and receive the blessings of your forebearer. Only then will the garb I've given to you be imbued with his divine powers. Mind you, you will find that these places are not as welcoming as they might have been in Master Atoic's time. The first site is on the shores of western Landagrosa, in a place near now feared as Serpent's Tongue, home to abandoned vile pirates. The next is to be found in Mordona, in that overgrown labyrinth of roots and vines so affectionately known as the Tangle. I do hope that the Master Atoa's ashes have survived those most oppressive envers. There's a third site I would have you visit is perhaps the most treacherous location of the all. Raban's Push in northern Thanalan. A stone's throw away from Imperial stronghold. I urge you to exercise extreme caution. I'll be Chatland. Oh, yay, burger! I thought Diablos. Ooh, homemade pizza. Homemade bread is the best bread there is. So I can only assume it is the same for when it's homemade pizzas. This great stone inscribed with the epitaph and paying a tribute to the life and deeds of the great mage Atoa Kant. We're being raided! Hello, Mecha Raiders! How be you? How was zombies? Have I managed to not get eaten over? That's good! Managed to survive the first working week. Just need to get through the weekend now. Good luck for when you get there. We are currently going through the White Mage plot as reliving. Not sure how much longer we'll be going, but we should have a good half hour to an hour left. We'll see. Depends on how much energy I have left, because I have been doing a lot of talking. Yep, it's... oh, there it is. Ba-ba-ba. Alright, well. Now that you have traveled the far realm and seen the lands of Master Toa Kant did, I will share with you the rest of his tale. The historians claim that Atoa Kant disappeared on the mountains of Okoshima, the Kobold Motherland. This is not untrue, but there's more to this story. When the great mage did not return from his journey, one of his most devout students went in search for him. As legends have it, the young mage single-handedly fought off veritable legions of kobolds while scouring the mountains of any sign of his master. So that was all I'd feared. Though the young mage eventually found his master, the great Atoa lived no more. As if the death of the man were not enough, Thyrus, Atoa great staff, a mighty relic passed down by his ancestors, was lost to the shadows. Undeterred, the young mage fought off the kobold horse to carry his master's remains back to the surface. A ceremony was held to honor Master Toa's life and deeds, and the urns housing the ashes were carried off to the far-reaching frontiers of which he was so fond in his living years. All the urns, that is, except for one. Yes, though the precise location is known only a few, Master Toa also rests closer to home. Here in the Twellswood, not far from Proud Creek, you'll find yet another monument to the great mage. Take with you this habit, and pay your respects as before. If you keep pure intentions in your heart and your mind, then the healer's robe shall be your reward. Let's see, where are we going? Ah, North Shroud. There you are. Man, this place is so much easier to travel through when you are twice the level of everything in it. The grave has been defiled, and its contents appear to have been stolen. The power of Atoa has been lost here. Return to Camp Tranquil and seek out the council of Rhea. Sana. The urn holding Master Atoa's ashes were stolen. This cannot be. Grave robbery is damnable enough in itself, but what manner of scoundrel would dare defile the resting place of a Pagel? Rest assured that I will investigate this heinous crime immediately. In the meantime, your pilgrimage demands you journey to one last destination. The final leg of your journey will take you to the very place of Master Toa drew his last breath. O Gormor, in the homelands of the kobolds in the altar in La Necrosa. As there in plain sight of the kobold dig that the student of whom I spoke did erect the monument to his fallen master. I should probably buy some dice soon. Get them sold. I keep doing this a little too close. go. Wait, did I just really get a new copy of... Oh! Huh! I didn't realize you can grind the items back out this way. That's neat. Welcome back, Relina. The journey was not an easy one, I trust. And yet I knew that Master Toa would guide you back, safely back to me. In your travels, you have received the blessings of our great ancestor. And yet this was not the sole reason I sent you on this pilgrimage. Perhaps you sensed something of my intentions during your trip? Yes, Relina. As she who would inherit Master Toa's legacy, I want you to truly walk in his footsteps. To see the realm, in both its beauty and its suffering, with your own eyes, as the great mage did so long ago. And yet it is strange, no? A pirate's lair, a rampant jungle, mountains of fire. Of all the hostile inversions to which you journeyed, the single grave despoiled was that which rests right here in our forest home. I suspect this was the handiwork of no witless grave robber, but rather someone who knew all too well the value which was buried within. We must uncover the truth behind this crime and return Master Toa's ashes to their rightful resting place. And quickly. You are with me, yes? Grave robbery is a loathsome enough crime in its own right, but to defile the final resting place of a Pagel, such an act could only be performed by the lowest of bandits come. Though I would like to think that the elementals have already delivered due justice to the villain, we must take no chances of allowing him to escape. Whilst you were away, I have put my best Mughal on the hunt, searching for any sign of the culprit or the stolen remains. I dare say he should have a clue or two for us by now. At least he better, if he values that little ball of it on his head. Suffice to say, though, many forest-born think of the Mughals as blessed. My own personal experience has found them to be more touched than anything else. Oh, mistress, you would say such hurtful things. It's most unbecoming of a seat-seer. Couple! But fine, don't listen to me. Why, I told her just the other day that it's why she remains, shall we say, unspoken for. She might not react to that phrasing at present, but her ire was indeed fierce, Kupo. Of course, you must not come to discuss my mistress' temper, but the grave robbery. A most unforgivable act of villainy, if I do say so myself, which I believe I just did, Kupo. I am pleased to say you will be pleased to hear that the culprit did not escape Burgle eyes, Kupo. Well, my eyes, he did escape. My associate, Pukno Poki, however, claims to have seen a band of ruffians skulking off in the direction of Redberry Hive, with various and sundry stolen goods in tow. Among them, a rather conspicuous elaborate urn. I did not know what the red bellies are up to, but surely it can be nothing good. Please, Relina, go quickly. As the urn is lost, a fair ray of ire will be the least of my words. Couple. You really, really should not have mentioned her not being with anybody. Or at least not told me that you did that. Wait, it's just up there. Oh, I'll save the kill. Because now I have no sympathy for you. The thieving crooks, those crooked thieves, defiling the resting place of a Pagel. Why, no amount of thrashings, lashings, and bashings will suffice, couple. Couple? Well, but isn't the lovely white mage go back to Coco, and not a moment too soon. Why, I was about to swoop in and give them their comeuppance myself. Now that you're here, however, I believe I'll just sit back and enjoy the show, Kippo. Those vile red bellies tossed the urn into some ramshack wagon. A most ignoble feat for a Pacho legend, I do declare, and carted it northwise towards their hive. You will retrieve it safe and sound, won't you, Kippo? A size is wonderful. Urn. Thank you, Relina. The remains of our exalted forebear hauled away by the brigands like a sack of flute. Is that what our lands has come to? There can be no doubt. It is the Great One's fury that brings such chaos to the Twelveswood. The situation is grave indeed. I shall have our wood dwellers deal with the red bellies. We have more important matters before us. And yet I fear that we have hit our snag. Though this urn has been safely recovered, the harsh treatment it suffered at the hands of the bandits has taken its toll. Uprooted from its proper resting place, and the power of a Toa Cant once housed within it has grown dim. I shall return the urn to its rightful home. Perhaps over time it will return to its former state. And yet, I fear over time is the luxury we do not have. We must explore other means to enchant the ritual garb. I will consult with my brother to see what knowledge he might have to offer. In the meantime, I will ask you to gather your newfound skills as best you can. There's no telling when the Great One's fury might grow too strong to contain. We must ever be prepared. I was curious about this. As at no point do they consider getting the Conjuring Guildmaster involved. Like, they explain why they don't get their sister involved, because she's busy leading Gridania. Forgive me, Relina. Brother and I have considered every possibility and attempted every incantation of our at our disposal. I fear the task of completing the enchantment has proven beyond their abilities. No living Pajo, not even our sister, possesses such power. Without the blessing of a Toa Cant, there is nothing we can do. When the ashes return to the rightful resting place, a Toa Cant spirit will return. Surely it's only a matter of time. Look around you, sister. Open your eyes and ears. Time is the one thing we do not have. A run? The fury of the Great One mounts with each passing moment. It will not be contained much longer. No, the time has brought us way is long past. Now is the time for action. But Rolina's garb. The enchantment is not yet complete. The situation is far from ideal, but we have no choice. We must trust in Rolina's powers and do what we can. Do I hear you right, Aaron? Well, it was not long ago that you objected to Rolina's presence at the ritual. I may be stubborn, sister, but I am no fool. I witnessed Rolina's abilities with my own eyes. There can be no doubt that she is a mage of the white, one as worthy as you and I. Run, if you would place your trust in Relena's soul, I see no reason why I should not. Very well, let us hasten for Evershade. Well, first... if I'm doing this ritual, I'm going to do the ritual looking the part. Let's see. Oh, did I take the entire glam down? Looks like I did. Alright. Then we're going to be an even fancier white mage at the ball. Up. Hope chat's enjoying. Yeah, let's just get this done with. The Great One's rage is too strong. I cannot reach him. Stay focused, Aaron. And we fall. Who will rise to take our place? But, sister, the forest itself turns against us. If we can only reach the Great One, his minions will relent. Cast away your worries and focus your mind on the ritual. No! Relena! Stand strong, Relena. Are you going to let some overgrown shrub ruffle your feather? And the two of you, don't you have a ritual to perform? Do my eyes deceive me? There is no time for chit-chat. Rhea, out on Relena. Focus your energies on the Guardian Tree. We must quell the Great One's fury, dispatch his minions, and assume the quieting. Sure, cast healing spell on the dead man. That's the spirit, my children. I fear the Great One responding. Now, focus your powers on the Guardian Tree. Is it over? The Great One's anger abates. You have done well, my children. Master Artola, do you truly live? Live? Not as you would define the word. May happen the heart of Relina here, whose strength I borrowed to join you. It's a miracle. Aye, it may very well be. Or perhaps the Mother Crystal heard the old soul's wish. I lived a long and fruitful life, but when I drew my last breath in the Ogarmo a day, I did so with one profound regret. That I passed from this realm without finding a worthy inheritor to bequeath my knowledge in full. My spirit left my lifeless body to abate in the soul crystal, with the hope that one day it would find its way into the hands of my successor. For years, my consciousness slumbered in the darkness, until I met Relina. From the moment you took my crystal in hand, I knew, Pagel or no, I had at long last found one to whom I could trust my knowledge on. Yes, Relina, I knew. Master Artola! The power of this crystal grows faint. It would seem my all too brief sojourn has come to an end. Farewell, Relina of the White. Farewell, my children. I leave my forest home in your capable hands. Master Artola, he has left us. And yet his power, and that of his successor, Relina, the Great One's fury is quelled, and the Twelveswood is safe. Though Master Artola travelled the world, no doubt his heart always remained here. And the forest home he lived, he waited for us. Why, brother, for once you sound wise beyond your years. Strange, is it not? Perhaps I've finally learned something from you, dear sister. As I could learn something from you, Arun. Your pride as a Pajo, your deep respect of our past. These are traits to be admired. The same could be said for Master Artola's loyalty. Yes, I believe there's a place for both beliefs among our kind. This road was a long and winding one, but at long last our work is done. Let us return to Camp Tranquil. I must admit the game is accurate to what picture White Mage Guild to be like. Kinda grumpy. Yeah, I can see the White Mage Guild being a little bit of a grump fest. I wonder what the level 90 Paladin was doing here. Anyway. And so ends the Realm Reborn White Mage storyline. Testing his new unarmored smite, maybe? I think, though, because it's 11:30, I normally play till midnight, there's no real point in starting another quest line. So I think we'll be calling it soon. And next week I will figure out something else for us to go through. Either we return to the plot, we do something called Demandeville, or I take us through another class storyline. Oh. Oh dear. I have an inventory to empty. Oh. To meet Master Otoa in the flesh. Well, not flesh, perhaps. I'm so shaken from the experience, and from the pure joy of seeing peace return to my forest home at last. I'll be forever grateful to you, Relina. I am honored that we are able to heal the woods together. I speak not for myself. Were others express the same sentiments. Were Master Otoa here, I'm sure you would say the same. Though, perhaps he is still here in some form. Behold, the final piece of your garb now pulses with his ancient power. Yes, there can be no doubt that Master Otoa intended this as his parting gift to you. Take it and wear it with pride, Relina. Relina of the White. Before I part, I would bestow upon you a present of my own. By the ancient power vested in me as seats here, I would bestow upon you the greatest incantation known to our kind. May you ever heed the will of the elementals, and use it in wisdom and compassion. Phew. I'm not given to formalities. I swear, I do not know how my sister manages. In the short time I have known you, Relina, you have grown into a fine white mage. I am honoured to call you my peer. Use your power in moderation, and let compassion be your guide. And I have no doubt that you will bring succor and solace wherever your journey takes you. There we go. That is the White Mage plot for Realm Reborn. Maybe I should actually do the Dark Mage. Oh, to get the Dark Mage set up for you guys. Be a problem with that though. Seeing the fact I have not done it at all. So I need to do that during the week. I mean, it's doable. I managed to get Ninja up to 17 in a couple of days. We'll see. I'll figure something out. But that's just going to do it for this week. We'll be back to our normal streaming day on Monday next week. I needed to get my Monday over for a friend yesterday, so yeah. Let us go find a raid target. I don't know why I'm saying that when I know exactly who I'm raiding, because I'm just so curious of how on earth she ended up getting this as a... Alright, let us go here. Push the raid button. No problem, Darth. I hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone who was about enjoyed. But yeah. Tomorrow it's going to be the next part of Moonstable over on Abby's channel. I hope you enjoy it. There will be more ninja shenanigans. But until then, I'm going to bid you all a wonderful evening. And from Eorzea, cheery bye. I always enjoy the adventures of Relina the Conqueror. Cheery bye. Oh, cheery, cheery. Cheery bye.